Fox News alert. The White House says it is planning to reinstate the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy as promptly as possible. This after a judge ordered that it be restored. It requires asylum seekers at the U.S. southern border to wait in Mexico until their cases are heard. Alexandria Hoff is live in Washington with the latest. Alex.
Well, Benjamin, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas put the program on hold over the summer, saying it failed to enhance border management. But now it must resume amid what has become a full-blown crisis. A federal judge ruled the method in which the Biden administration dismantled the policy violated federal law. Originally established by the Trump administration in 2019, the Remain in Mexico policy, also called MPP, returns migrants back across the border to await their hearings. A return gives the National Border Patrol Council some hope.
If they implement this correctly, and that is a big if they implement this correctly, it's going to be a light switch. Illegal immigration is going to drop exponentially. Border Patrol agents like myself are going to be able to go after the cartels, after their profits, after smugglers, human traffickers.
Last month, the Department of Homeland Security said it would be ready to reinstate the policy by mid-November. Well, we're beyond that now. In a statement, the department told Fox News, quote, "In compliance with the court order, we are working to re-implement MPP as promptly as possible. We cannot do so until we have the independent agreement from the government of Mexico to accept those we seek to enroll in MPP. We will communicate to the court and to the public the timing of re-implementation when we are prepared to do so." Now, Axios cited two official sources who confirmed that adult migrants will have the opportunity to get the COVID-19 vaccine before being sent back to Mexico. And this policy has been controversial from the get-go, with critics saying that it puts migrants at risk of violence, while proponents feel it will help deter migrants from making the dangerous trek to the U.S. Benjamin?
Yeah, Alexandria Hoff live for us there in Washington. Alex, thanks very much. Julie?
For more on this, let's bring in Tom Homan, former acting ICE director and Fox News contributor. Tom, thank you so much for talking to us this morning, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's talk about the former President Trump's policy to basically keep asylum seekers in Mexico, where they have to wait until they actually get a chance to go through the screening process to eventually seek asylum here in the United States. This was one of the smartest things that former President Trump did as far as trying to contain potential illegal immigrants from entering this country. And our current president did not abide by that and now is going to be going back to it. In the meantime, there has been a stretch of time where immigrants have been flowing over our border. Almost 2 million immigrants have come into this country in the past year alone. What do you think this will do by reenacting this policy?
Well, first of all, Alejandro Mayorkas, when making a statement at the end of the program because it wasn't effective, I don't know what color sky is in his world, but if you look at the data, it's one of the most effective policies ever happened. Yeah. Look, under President Trump, whether you like the man or not, illegal immigration was at a 35-year low under President Trump. And one of the main reasons is because the Remain in Mexico program. It was effective. Illegal immigration is down 83%. And for the critics who say that the policy was cruel and inhumane, let me ask you this. 31% of women that make that journey get sexually assaulted. Children die. Under President Trump, when it was at a 35-year low, illegal immigration down 83%, how many women didn't get sexually assaulted? How many children didn't die? How many billions of money did the cartels not make? How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make it into the United States? Because already this year, 100,000 people have died from fentanyl overdoses because of Biden's border policies. What President Trump did was smart, and it's the most effective thing I've seen in my entire career. And this administration is slow-rolling the reinstatement of it. They've been working at this for months. It's not rocket science. They've already had the program. All they got to do is dust off the blueprints and reinstate it.
Adult migrants under this reinstated policy are going to be given the opportunity to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. It's interesting that we've let through an entire pandemic that not be the case. So not only have we opened our borders to these illegals, they have come over with COVID. So the damage has already been done. Now the question is, can we fix it, or is it too little too late?
Well, I think it's too little too late, because we know they've released thousands of positive COVID people to this country, but I'm glad they finally, have realized that if they're going to require Border Patrol agents, the men and women in green, they got to get the vaccine or they lose their jobs. In the meantime, they're arresting up to 6,000 people a day coming across that border who have COVID, who don't, that they don't have to test, they don't have to get a vaccine to. So finally the Biden administration doing something smart. in making sure these people have at least a test and a vaccination. I mean, it only makes sense considering this country's dealing with a pandemic.
Yeah, all right. Tom Homan, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Benjamin?